Okay, I'll be doing an oil change on my 2017 Toyota Prius 3 Touring. I got this on eBay. It's coming in a CD, so I'm going to look to see what technical information I can find before I change in this oil. Okay, this is the first time I do an oil change on this vehicle because in the past it's always been done by the dealer, by Toyota dealer, that the dealer do free oil change and tire rotation. Okay. So this is a first for me. So let's take a look inside here to see what technical information that I need for this Prius. So this on this software here is tell you the I guess this is the engine type 2ZRFXE. Okay. So this for Prius from production date, I guess November 2015 to December 2018. Okay. Same procedure. I'm going down to the oil change section. And on here, first thing it tells me to go down there, look at the plate like that, and take off the three screws that in rear right there. Okay. After that, drain the engine oil. Okay. And the torque that I'm looking for here is 27 foot-pound. Right there. This is for the drain plug. Okay. Come on, camera, focus. There you go. 27 foot-pound. Alright, under removing oil filter section, and that's when I realized that this model of Prius have two type of filter. One of them is called oil filter sub-assembly type, okay, which is this one right here, okay, sub-assembly oil filter, okay, and there's a part number for it, okay, and that looked like a regular oil filter, okay, and then the other type is called oil filter element kit type. Okay, that's this one right here. This is the one I got on my Prius. Okay, so if you got one of these, then when you put in this filter, you apply a clean engine oil to the gasket of the new oil filter. Okay, and the torque on that is 13 foot-pound right here. Okay. If you have enough space, then you put a torque wrench, torque it down to 13 foot-pound. If not enough space, okay, then you can tie the oil filter sub-assembly 3/4 ton by hand or use a common wrench. Okay, that's what it say right there. So if you have space, put a torque wrench, 13 foot-pound. If you don't have space, turn it 3/4 ton. Okay. For the element kit type, which is the one that looked like this, okay, and there's the part number for it. All right, I put all this in the description for you. And for this type of filter, basically it tells you to use this tool right here, and you can use this tool to take out both type of filter. Okay, so on this one it say remove the oil element O-ring from the filter cap assembly. Okay, and they say here prevent damage to the oil filter cap assembly. Be sure you remove the O-ring by hand. Right, that's what it say right there. And then going down here, it's also tell you to apply the small amount of engine oil to the new O-ring and install it into the filter cap assembly. Okay, really simple right there. You know, you install the O-ring. Is go into the proper groove, not down here like this. Okay. Then on here it tell you applies a small amount of engine oil to the O-ring of the oil filter cap assembly again, and then put the cap in. Okay. So you put oil on the O-ring when you put on the cap, and then before you install the cap, you put engine oil onto that O-ring again. Okay? And the torque on that is 18 foot-pound. Okay, after tying the oil filter cap assembly, make sure that there are no gap and that the O-ring is not protruding. Okay, so basically they have this picture right here. So you're looking at the oil filter and the housing. There's no gap. Okay, and you don't want the O-ring is right there on number 2, so you don't want to see the O-ring all the way out here or it's going to leak. Okay, air engine oil section for the USA I get to use 0W20, okay, the viscosity of it. And for Mexico, if you I guess you buy a car in Mexico, you can use all type of oil that you want, okay. So that's what I say right there. And then under capacity, drain and refill with oil filter, then it's 4.4 US quart. That's on the first line there. The second line, if you drain the oil without a filter, there's 4.1 US quart or 3.9 liter. And then if you overhaul, then it's 4.7 liter or 5 quarts. So I'd be using 4.2 liters or 4.4 US quarts, okay? Under check engine oil level, okay, so it's telling me to put the engine in inspection mode or maintenance mode, okay? I think on my car it's called maintenance mode. You do that, the gas engine will kick on, and you let that engine warm up and stop the engine, then wait 5 minutes, then you check the dipstick to make sure that at full level. If not, check for oil leaks, or if no oil leaks, then you add oil to the full level marks, okay? So if you check the oil level, everything is good to go, no oil leaks, then you put on that cover, tighten down the 3 screw, and you're done. So that's all the technical information I need. Now I'm go out there and doing this oil change. I used to put the car on the ramp, so make sure your car is in park, engine off, and parking brakes on. Okay, I'm under the hood. So it's look like this car using ASE 0W20. It says so on there. So I'm gonna open this out a little bit too hard, so I'm gonna put the rag on here. I got a 13mm wrench, and put it on, and this help me turn this cap loose. Okay, and what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna loose this up like so. All right, loose this up like that. Now I'm gonna crawl underneath the car. Okay, underneath the car, this is the right front, and that's a left front. Okay, as I looking underneath here, I saw this panel here. It's have an arrow right here, and it's got 3 10mm screw. Okay, so I'm gonna remove 1, 2, and 1 more back here. I'm using a 10mm deep socket with accordion ratchet, and I'm gonna remove the 3 screw. Okay. Alright, here's the 3 screw, and the panel looks something like that. Underneath that panel, I'm gonna see a drain plug right here, and the oil filter right here. Okay. So the bulk size is 14mm. Okay, I'm using a 9/16, which is equivalent to a 14mm, and another wrench. I double wrench it, and what you want to do, you want to turn this counterclockwise, so push it toward the right side of the car like so to loosen it out. Okay, like so. Okay, I'm gonna put this thing up here. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. Just let the oil drain out, and then I just mark the position of the filter. That way it's easy for me when I put them back. I know that's where it's supposed to be. Okay, so this one look flush. While I'm waiting for the oil to drain, what I'm do is I clean this drain plug up, and I like to measure it, and so right there, the thread area look like it's less than ½ inch. So I also measure the pitch. It's 125 pitch, and I know this bolt is 12mm. Okay, 12mm, 14 inch. 14 inch the nut side here, and the reason I do that is just in case. I always have a backup, just in case one day this thing strip, and whether the oil pan or this plug trip, I know the replacement. Okay, I make a video on how to fix the oil pan when it's stripped. If you want to look at my video, 2010 Honda Civic oil change part 2, okay, I will show you how couple options you can use to fix if your oil pan strip. I hope that never happened to you, but just in case this happened, you have a backup plan. Okay, now I know that's for Honda, but the theory are the same. The difference is the size of the bolt is different. Where Honda use 14 millimeter 1.5 pitch, Toyota here use 12 millimeter 1.25 pitch. Okay, so watch that video if you want to know how to fix it, just in case one day it's happened to you. Okay, after a measurement, I jot it down so I remember. I'm going to go ahead and change with the new gasket here. Okay, so this is the one the dealer used. It looked like this gasket is aluminum, and it have a rubber, look like rubber material on both sides of the gasket. All right, where this one here I have the same thing. Okay, just replace this to a brand new gasket. So after I put in the new gasket, I'm ready to install it in. So make sure the area where this thing screw on, where the oil pan is at, make sure that area clean before you install this plug in. Okay, after the oil drain out, I put in a new drain plug with the new gasket. Okay, there it is, 14 millimeter. I use a 3/8 inch drive torque wrench. Okay, torque it down 27 foot-pound. Now moving on to the filter side. Okay, so I bought this tool from the dealer. I'm gonna put this in. It have a 1/2 inch socket right here, so I'm putting in the 1/2 inch reduced down to 3/8 because I have a 3/8 breaker bar. So I was able to broke it loose. Okay, so you see the mark that I marked earlier. So you want to turn this toward counterclockwise toward the the back side of the car to loosen it. Okay, so after I broke that loose, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take out my breaker bar and install the ratchet and start unscrew this filter. There you go. Okay, put in the 3/8 ratchet and unscrew this filter. Okay, I'm gonna get the catch pan ready. There's some oil gonna flow out of here. There it is, it's coming out. There it is, the oil start dripping out. I'm gonna let it drip. Okay, now I'm gonna remove my ratchet because I think I can turn this by hand now. Okay. And I'm gonna get this out like so. Sure you have a good catch pan to catch all this. And there it is. Whoosh. There go the oil filter element. I don't know if you can see it on my camera there, but there it is. Okay, so I'm going to take this out, clean up, install in a new filter element, and put them back in. Okay, so here is the filter just came out. There's the filter element. Just clean it real good and remove the O-ring out of here. Okay, now in the repair manual I say do this by hand. All right, and now I'm going to check, make sure the area is all clean where the O-ring going to sit in. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, this is a new O-ring. I'm going to lubricate it with the new engine oil, and then I install this thing on. Okay, so I'm going to need 2 hands for this. And what you want to do, install it in, check it to make sure it's not twist. Okay, I'm going to need 2 hands for this. And there it is, the O-ring is sit onto that oil groove. Turn it around, make sure it's not twisted. Okay, turn it around and inspect to make sure it's not twist. Now in the repair manual, they're going to tell you to lubricate the O-ring again when you install it in. Okay, but now what I'm going to do, here's a new filter, and it don't matter which end, all look the same. Just put it in like so, like that, okay? Spring pressure, see that? All right, so I'm gonna take clean oil. I'm gonna lubricate this O-ring again before I slide this thing in, okay? Do it like that. Make sure this O-ring is well lubricated. That way, when you screw it in, it's go, you know, it sit in easy. Okay. All right. So now I got this ready. I'm gonna make sure the area where this screw in is clean. Okay. And after that, I'm gonna take this and I screwed it in. All right. So make sure that area is clean. I'm gonna put this in like so. I'm going to do a couple counterclockwise turns to make sure the thread is aligned. Okay, and then I'm going to tight it in. There you go. Look like it's in. Look like it's screwed in. Okay, screw in by hand all the way into a seat. Okay, so after I installed it into by hand into it, not turn anymore, I put my ratchet on and I continue tighten it, because remember that filter have a spring pressure. Okay, so anyway, when it stopped, I using a torque wrench set it to 18 foot-pound, and as I torquing it, and you know, I noticed that mark that I make earlier is lined up perfectly. Okay, so what's that mean for you? You don't have a torque wrench. Before you do this, make sure you mark it. That way when you tighten it down, it's, you know, it's back where it was. And to me, it worked out really well. And of course, you want to check to make sure that this there's no gap here. It's flush with the plastic part, flush with the housing. You don't want to see any rubber or the that O-ring protruding out. If you see it, stop right here and you know, replace the O-ring. Okay, so I don't know, you know, like right now, if I see it protruding out, I probably have to use the old O-ring, right? So anyway, go around, check to make sure that there's no O-ring protruding out, and the gap is you know, there's no gap whatsoever on this filter and the housing. Okay, so the mark line up really well for me. Okay, next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove this torque wrench and remove the wrench out, and ready to put in the oil. Okay, so I got this already loosened earlier. I'm going to take this out. Now what I want to do is make sure these areas are clean, put the funnel on, and pour in the oil. Okay, so I'm going to start out with 4 quart using a funnel. Okay, otherwise you might spill the oil over your engine. I'm using 4 quart to start with. Take the funnel out, and now what you want to do is put the oil cap back. So make sure it's clean, this area clean, put them back. Okay, just hand tight them. You don't have to use a wrench or anything like that. Okay, now the most important thing you want to do, you want to check the dipstick to make sure you got oil in there. Okay, so it looked like I got oil in there, so that's good. And you go down here. Okay, you want to check to make sure that everything's still nice and dry. Okay, if you see a leak, stop right here and fix the leaks. Okay, see right there, it's still nice and dry. So what I'm going to do, go inside the car and put the car in inspection or maintenance mode. Okay, to put this Prius in maintenance mode, okay, so make sure your parking brake is on. Okay, so what you want to do is, it's easier if you use your left foot to brake during this procedure and your right foot for gas pedal. Okay, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the power button twice with the brake off. Okay, your foot off the brake. Power button twice. 1, 2. Okay. Now I'm going to step on the gas pedal with my right foot twice. 1, 2. You floor it. Okay. Now you put the foot on the left foot on the brake and hold it there. Okay. Now what you want to do, you want to shift this in neutral. Okay. Make sure it's in neutral. Step on the gas twice. 1, 2. Okay. And then you take it out of gear, you put it in park. Okay, step on the gas pedal. 1, 2, and then that thing should display maintenance mode. When you see that, you press the power button one time, and the engine should stop right there. You hear that? Now you can take your left foot off the brake pedal because you got parking brake on and this in park. Okay, so right there you see the gasoline engine kick on, and that's how you put this car in maintenance mode. Okay, all right, to take it off maintenance mode, all you have to do is press this power button, boom, and that thing will take it out of maintenance mode. Okay, and it will shut down. Okay, when I get to this part, my camera stopped working because it's running too hot. So you know, even my camera need a break. But anyway, I'm gonna talk you right through it. So my car is running under inspection or maintenance mode where the gasoline engine kick in. Okay, so I leave the key in the car with my 2 window rolled down. I went outside and I inspect for oil leaks. Okay, so the area around the drain plug and the filter looked really good. It looked nice and dry. So what I did is I put the cover back up. You know, the cover, the one with 3 screws. Okay, the one that looked like that with 3 screws. Okay. I put that cover back on and went inside the car, pushed the power button to get the car out of the inspection or maintenance mode. And then after that, I start the car back up and back it out of the ramp park at the level surface. Okay. So while I'm waiting for the that 5 minutes time frame to do the final oil checks, I'm going to show you how to turn off the oil maintenance light. Okay, mine didn't turn on because I do this a little earlier than scheduled, so I didn't have the oil maintenance warning light, but I'm going to show you how to turn it off. Okay, I'm here inside the car. So basically you be using the joystick on the right side of the steering wheel. Okay, so when I say enter, is that circle right there? Up or down is one of these. Left or right is one of these arrow. Okay, so I need some displays up here, so I'm gonna step on the brake, okay, and push this button like so. Okay, now I got some displays. All right, so what you want to do, you want to press the arrow key, and you see when you press the arrow key, neither left or right. Okay, I'm using the right one. You can see how that menu running. So what you want to do, you want to go to that wheel right there, and then you press enter, which is this circle thing right here. Okay, you press that. That thing gonna come up. You press enter again, and it's tell you TPMS or the oil maintenance. So I press the down for the oil maintenance. Let's see. Okay, so I press down. Okay, you see that thing up and down. So you select oil maintenance right there. And I press enter again, and it's tell me reset, yes or no. I'm going to bring the arrow up. I'm going to say, and now I'm press enter, and it say reset complete. Okay, to get out of the screen, what you want to do, you press this twice. Okay, 1, 2, you get back to that, and then you press the right or left arrow button, and it take you back to the menu. Okay. And this is how I changed the oil on my 2017 Toyota Prius 3 Touring for the first time. Okay, so after I drive around and sit in the level surface and recheck again, I have to add half of the quart in, so the total oil change for me is 4.5. Okay, that's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye.